you back. Take you back.
I'm just putting a point. So I knew that the youngest, not only the youngest, he was the one that I had to push forward. So if he pushed himself, me pushing him, he pushed the fans what he's doing today. Because Danny's a good son. That separates Thurman from Danny. He asked for it. We never chased him around asking for fights, calling Thurman out. We never called nobody out. Danny did this from the muscle. We did this from the muscle. We did this from fighting whoever they put in front of. We never picked and scratched nobody. When we was with Shelly Finkel's the, I'm not gonna say the worstest manager, but he kind of the worstest manager. Okay? I don't know how he still got his hand in the cookie jar. What's wrong with this shit?
Danny, from
Keith all week with Showtime All Access.
Not in Danny's
yesterday in the gym. His whole thing's been,
right.
your daddy can't fight for you. You know?
That's obvious.
But you know, he's made it a point saying that it's not really, he's kind of taking the importance away from having your dad in your corner. But we go back to the Matisse fight. Your dad slaps you in the corner. You're losing that fight, down a couple rounds. You charge up. You know, how important is that, you having your pops in your corner and that edge?
It's chemistry.
See, but then you said he was losing to Matisse. You look at that tape, Danny wasn't losing.
No, I'm just saying,
I'm not saying, I'm not talking about putting you down. What I'm saying is the announcers had him losing. The announcers, so people don't know nothing about it, they listen to that bullshit. So every time you listen, everybody you watch boxing, turn your volume down. Judge it yourself. Get a scorecard.
No, it's definitely the chemistry though. You know, every great fighter has a good chemistry with a coach.
But that's a charge up, right? You know, having your pops there in the corner, that gives you that extra edge. It wouldn't be the same if he wasn't there.
Yeah, definitely.
No, it's never the same with your blood. Somebody that love you. Because you could have a father, but you know what I mean, he's a good dad. He could be a jerk. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is trusting the person. When you could trust somebody, look in their eyes and say, he be telling me, jump off the bridge, I'm gonna grab you in the bottom. Or say, come down this alley, dark alley, and say, come here. Come here, I got something for you. Come get this paper.
Hey, Danny, you mentioned that your father said to create your own personality because you're a little quieter. He's got the louder personality, so to speak. But since you've been at 147, you seem to joke around and you seem a little more alive. Is it because you were having a hard time making weight at 140?
Yeah, that's what it was, man. I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. That's just it. Like, who's happy after losing like 20 pounds? You know what I mean? It's like the week of the fight, you're doing interviews. Just the least thing you want to do is do interviews and talk and see other people drink water. It's like I don't want to be around that.
From a marketing and promotional standpoint, you're not as outspoken or X-rated as your father. Yeah. How do you feel that him, like being more so the mouthpiece for you, how do you feel that that's helped your career?
No, I feel it's good. Maybe I would be, but he said everything he need to say, and I don't need to say nothing. So he said everything, and then I just come up there, you know, thank you guys for coming out. I'll see you Saturday night. I put the hard work in, you feel me? That's basically it. But, I mean, it's good. It's what rattles the, that's what people want to see anyway. I mean, you know, people talk good about it, but people like drama. That's the life we live in right now. That's the era we live in where everything's an Instagram meme, so.
Right.
Yeah, so looking at, you know, the different reactions on social media, it seems as though, I'm not gonna say it seems as though it is, that you get a lot of heat because of your pop. You know, so like I've noticed that people look at you as a good boxer.
Page. Why don't come
They look at you as a good boxer.
They scared of you, that's why. They think I'm quiet. They think I'm sweet.
Yeah, they look at you as a good boxer, but then they listen to him and they be like, oh, well, you know, we want Danny to lose. Like, how do you feel about that?
No, it is what it is, man. A lot of people want me to win, believe it or not. A lot of people want me to lose. I think that's where everybody. Maybe I might take a little more heat than other people, but it is what it is. At least I'm getting attention, you know what I mean? A lot of fighters wish they had attention. A lot of fighters wish they were getting, you know, followers or comments. Some fighters ain't got none, barely, you know what I mean? So I'm blessed, man. I feel good. It is what it is. Pop's been talking shit for like 6 years already, so I'm used to it. I'm pretty sure y'all used to it.
Angel, what makes your son so much better than Keith Thurman?
The resume, not only the resume, Danny's a great fighter, man. I don't know if people can see it, bro.
That's how I look
we
at
working
it.
in God's time, bro. What happens is when you work in God's time, everything for us was never, like I said earlier, we never picked and scratched. Every time they gave me somebody, if you look at Danny's resume, I fought a guy. I always say this story, but it's hard to believe this story because somebody look at me. I mean, that's one thing I would never do, lie to nobody. When we was in a 2-pound, Oscar de la Hoya and 2-pound Stevie, Danny was fighting on that undercard in California at the Home Depot Center. Danny had a guy with 6-4, a Mexican kid. Danny was 5-0. They came to me an hour before the fight, Shelly. Because Shelly, we didn't start with Al-Haim. We started with Shelly. That's why I say Shelly ain't no joke, bro. If you go through the career with Shelly, you better fight your ass off for peanuts. Okay? Elephant peanuts at this. Okay? So they came to us 2 hours before the fight, said the guy you fight, he's out. I said, okay, Robert Diaz. Ask Robert Diaz, he's the Golden Boy match.
Yeah.
Or ever go. Ask them if you ever turn anybody down. Anybody, first name. When Matisse said, jump in a little bit. When Matisse said, they gave me 5 names. Who you fight? I said, who's the killer? He said, this kid is the guy. I said, bring the killer. That's what we want. See, that was meant to be. But when you do like him, Thurman, calling people, that's not destiny. This destiny for us because we never called. That's this is meant to be right now. See, he wanted it, so he predicted it, so that's not destiny. See, I'm superstitious. I believe in God, so that's the difference between Dirt and us. We took that fight out before in California, 28, 18 KO, 11 losses, southpaw. And Danny went out there, I went upstairs, said, champ. Well, he wasn't a champ at the time, but he was the champ.
Right.
I said, Danny, change your plan. He said, Dad, what's that? He was taking a nap. I said, you ain't fighting the kid no more, 6-4. This is the guy they got for you, 28 winning, 18 KO, 11 losses. Southpaw. He said, Dad, let's do it. Danny went out there and beat the shish kebabs out this guy. I always just tell him, if you can't beat a guy like this, because that's an opponent. His record's crazy, yes, of kid 5-0. He went and beat the macaroons out.